Hey, Shalom Watkins, come back apart from Jim Islamic, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Chachadash. Want to give double honors unto the elders, the apostles of GMS, and Shalom out there to the hopeful elect, pushing the truth in all sincerity. Back again with another video. I'm going to title this video, America is Sodom, spiritual Gehenna, okay, Hellfire, right? Because, you got Christians and even some of these Israelite camps that believe in the idea of hell, a nether region, a spiritual region where you burn forever. All right, so brothers have been going over the topic of hell recently, and how that's not the case. Represents different things in the scriptures depending on the context of it. We know, hell usually denotes in the Hebrew the ground, the earth, the grave, right, where you're buried, right? All these other stories attached to those things, hence Hades and the the underworld and Orcus and all these types of things. They're just fables attached and associated with these things because certain cultures, like Hades is a Greek thing, according to their customs and their beliefs, right? And also in this instance, based on historical events, things that had happened before, people make scary stories out of them as you do. These things become myths and legends, and scare little kids with and shit. But yeah, I wanted to address a specific hell that's mentioned in the scriptures in the New Testament. Okay, when it speaks about hellfire, the unquenchable fire, right, and what it goes back to, or what it's really speaking about, and that really is a spiritual representation of what is about to happen to America. Okay, America is going to be this place of unquenchable fire. Okay, just like Gehenna was. All right, and that is what this is really speaking about. So I'm just gonna get into it. Lord, this won't be too long. All right, so I'm gonna start here in Mark 9, just for the example, right? Verse 43 says, "And if thy hand offend thee, cut it off. It is better for thee to enter into life maimed than having two hands, to go into hell, into the fire that shall never be quenched." All right, so you go into this word hell here. You're gonna find the word Gehenna, okay, or the word hellfire in other scriptures. I've got the example here, right, and you can see all the scriptures that it's used in, right. I just happened to pick Mark 9, right, as you see here. All right, but yeah, in Mark 9 it goes on to speak about hellfire. Okay, ooh, spooky, right? Fire from hell, right? Madness. Right? It's just unquenchable fire. Fire you can't put out, of your own power. You can't just put it out. You're gonna have to let it burn. Let it burn. You gotta let it burn. I should have told you this, right? So yeah, America is gonna have to be let burned, right? Until it goes out by itself. It's gonna take a long time. Right? And this is what's gonna cause it to become a desert after it has finished burning itself out. But prior to that, it's going to become a lake of fire, right? That is the judgment that the Lord is bringing upon, America, the inhabitants of the wicked, right? That's the great judgment the Lord speaks about in the last days, right? So a lot of people are going to perish in the land of America, right? Same way people were perishing in Gehenna, back in the ancient world, right? So I'm going to go into a little bit of this. So yeah, you look into that word hell in that verse there, on these verses here we just showed you, right? And you're going to find the word Gehenna. Now, Gehenna literally means valley. Okay, which I'll show you. It just goes in the breakdown, right? The gay part, okay, means valley, a steep valley, narrow gorge, right? And the Gehenna part, right, means lamentation. Okay, which is where we get the valley of Hinnom from in the scriptures. Okay, it means the same thing. Gehenna, valley of Hinnom means the same thing. Right? Valley of lamentation. Okay, woes, despair. Okay? So that's what it means. Right? But what it's got here as a description, right? Gehenna says hell is the place of the future punishment called Gehenna. This is what they've put here. Right? There is a future judgment. Okay? But it's not talking about the spiritual, a spiritual realm, right? It says hell is the place of the future punishment called Gehenna or Gehenna of fire. This was originally the valley of Hinnom, south of Jerusalem, where the filth and dead animals of the city were cast out and burned. Right? So it was a disposal site, okay, that we used to use. Okay, so the fire was always burning. Okay, it was always burning something. So it's just constantly burning. Okay, this is what the land of America is going to be like. It's just going to be on fire. Okay, so a fit symbol of the wicked and their future destruction. Right, it's true, which is true. This hell part is a bit deceiving, giving misdirection here. Right, it's not talking about hell, the grave. It's not talking about those things. Right, it's talking about a place of a future judgment. Okay, which is being likened unto Gehenna, the valley of Hinnom. Okay, where fires always burn. They burn continuously. All right. Just reading the bits of this. The valley of Jerusalem used frequently as a name for the place or state of everlasting punishment. She's not saying that, because I guarantee if you go down to the valley of Hinnom now, it's probably not on fire, man. Just saying. It's probably not on fire. So again, when America does get destroyed by nuclear thermal destruction and it becomes a lake of fire, right, it's going to be burning for a long time, no doubt. Okay, it's a fire that you can't quench, no doubt. Right, you can't put it out. Okay, there ain't enough firefighters on the earth. I definitely won't be after the Lord's through this place. Right, there ain't enough firefighters and fire trucks and water hydrants and all this shit to put out that fire, man. Man, I have trouble putting out forest fires. Right, you ain't gonna be able to put this fire out, so it's just gonna burn, and you're gonna have to let it burn. Right, because there's simply nothing you can do about it. All right, that's what it means. Right, unquenchable fire. It's not talking about fucking the demon realm and fire. You can't, you can't. It just burns and burns. It's not talking about that. All right. So that's what Gehenna is. Right, now we're going to get some examples in the scriptures. Okay. Oh, actually, before I do that, I was on the Bible dictionary out just to see what it said about it. I know I read it in the past, but I thought I'd grab it out again, right, to refresh. Right, so in this one, New Compact Bible Dictionary, right, it says page 191, Gehenna, Valley of Hinnom, a valley on the west and southwest of Jerusalem, which formed part of the border between Judah and Benjamin. This is in Kings 21:6, they sacrificed their sons to Molech. All right, so they were doing a whole bunch of idol worshipping and child sacrifices in that place, right? And the Lord said He's going to have a sacrifice in Bozrah, right? So that'll line up when we read it in a second, right? Goes on to say, after referring to idolatrous barbaries, Jeremiah prophesies a great slaughter of the people there, right? And there's going to be a great slaughter in the land of America, right? And the Sea of Jerusalem, after the Old Testament period, Jewish apocalyptic writers, right, began to call the valley of Hinnom the entrance to hell. So, as I said, they were being influenced by, Greek writings and all that kind of stuff, right? Most likely bringing all this Hades and all that kind of stuff in it, but it's not. It's doing the entrance to hell. They didn't believe in hell, right? It says began to call the valley of Hinnom the entrance to hell. Later, hell itself. Right? The word occurs 12 times in the New Testament, always translated hell, ASV, RSV. Margin Gehenna, 11 times it is on the lips of it says Jesus, who Yahushua, who they ignorantly called Jesus Christ, as the final punishment for calling one's brother a fool, Rakar, right? For adultery, when the severest measures have not been taken to prevent commission of this offense. Others, Mark, Matthews, right? See Hades, hell here in the Bible dictionary, right? So they equate it with the same thing. Hades, hell, this idea of this underworld. They later came to kind of write it like that, talk about it like that. Apocalyptic writers. So their men were going off, right? These weren't men of the Lord that were saying any of that. All right. So just get some examples here. 2 Chronicles chapter 33 verse 6, and he caused his children to pass through the fire in the valley of the son of Hinnom. He also observed times and used enchantments and used witchcraft and dealt with a familiar spirit with wizards. He wrought much evil in the sight of the Lord to provoke him to anger. Who was this? Manasseh. Right, yeah, Manasseh, King Manasseh, right? So another thing I wanted to point out, America is full of witchcrafts, okay, full of blood, right? And just like the Valley of Hinnom, right? So there's the comparisons, the spiritual comparisons of Gehenna and America when it's going to be destroyed, right? So again, he caused his children to pass through the fire in the valley of the son of Hinnom. He also observed times and used enchantments and used witchcraft and dealt with a familiar spirit. And with wizards, he wrought much evil in the sight of the Lord to provoke him to anger, right? And the Lord's anger is being provoked again, okay, by the wicked, right? This is Jeremiah chapter 32, verse 35. And they built the high places of Baal, okay, which is an idol, okay, and like I said, America is full of idol worship, which are in the valley of the son of Hinnom, to cause their sons and their daughters to pass through the fire unto Molech, okay, which they have there in the Bohemian Grove, right? That tall owl creature, okay, that represents Molech. Okay, they call that Molech. And they do that, what do they call that? The something cremation of care. I believe it is that ritual. I think it is, right? Where they burn things, right? It's the same shit, right? It's just being carried on, continued on among the elites. All right. So yeah, that's going on in the land of America, right? It says to cause the sons and the daughters to pass through the fire unto Molech, which I commanded them not, neither came it into my mind that they should do this abomination to cause you to sin. All right, so those are the types of things that we're doing in the land of Hinnom, in Gehenna. Okay. Is it one more? So therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall know. Sorry, Jeremiah 7, verse 32. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, Yahweh, that it shall no more be called Tophet, nor the valley of the son of Hinnom, but the valley of slaughter. For they shall bury in Tophet till there be no place. The carcasses of this people shall be meat for the fowls of the heaven, and for the beasts of the earth, none shall fray them away. Oh, hold on a sec. That sounds like something that was written in Revelation, right? With the final judgment. Okay, but it isn't concerning the valley of Hinnom. It's concerning Babylon the Great. Right? So, like I said, America represents all these things spiritually. Spiritually, Sodom and Egypt. All these things America represents. That's why this book's a mystery, right? It's, it's all these things that are spoken against of. That's why it might be Edom, might be Bosra, it might be Nineveh, might be Babylon. All these things, Egypt, Sodom. America represents all these things, and spiritually, or is speaking about the land of America, all these things, this great judgment. Okay. I'm pretty sure I had that there as well. Where is it? All right. So yeah. So here, Revelation 19, it speaks about this, right? Verse 17, and I saw an angel standing in the sun, and he cried with a loud voice, saying to all the fowls that fly in the midst of heaven, come and gather yourselves together unto the supper of the great God. Right, this great judgment, right? That ye may eat the flesh of kings, and the flesh of captains, and the flesh of mighty men, and the flesh of horses, and of them that sit on them, and the flesh of all men, both free bond, both small and great. And I saw the beast and the kings of the earth and their armies gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse and against his army. Okay, it's against Yahushua and the angels. Okay, the world and the world's armies that are left, okay, they're going to come and face the Lord to fight. Right? Verse 20, and the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, and with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast and that had worshipped his image. These were both cast alive into a lake of fire burning with brimstone. That is America. Because America would have been destroyed at this point. Right? America would be on fire by this point, right? Because the Most High is going to send those nuclear thermal missiles to destroy America. Right? That is that place of fire. Okay, that is gonna, like I said, is spiritually Gehenna. Right? That's gonna be on fire. Okay, this is the hellfire that's, being spoke about. This unquenchable fire is the land of America. Right? Verse 21, and the remnant was slain with the sword of him that sat upon the horse. Okay, so their army is gonna get smashed up, right? Which sword proceeded out of his mouth, and all the fowls were filled with their flesh. Okay, same thing we just read. Right? But it's talking about Babylon the Great in this particular one, which is, i.e., America. Okay? So, again, you see in verse 33 there. Okay? Speaking of the same thing. Okay, it's a future prophecy. Okay? But it's a mystery. Okay, to who it's pertaining to. But, in this latter time, been given through the Holy Spirit. Okay, they're speaking about America. Okay, the chief city on the earth. Right? Is Revelation chapter 20, verse 15. Let me jump up a little bit. Yeah, verse 14. And death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death, right? The lake of fire is America. Okay, and whosoever was not found in the written book of life was cast into the lake of fire. Okay, they're not cast into the earth, through the earth, into the spiritual realm, under the earth, where Satan lives, and everything's on fire, and he's continuously fucking poking you with fucking pitchfork. No, you're gonna be thrown into the pit, the fire, like the children were being thrown in the valley of Hinnom, like the rubbish and all that was being thrown into that place. You're gonna get thrown there. That's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be a disposal site, and people are gonna get thrown in it. That's what America's gonna become. It's gonna become the new Gehenna, new valley of Hinnom, the valley of lamentation. Right? That's what it's going to become. It's going to become a lake of fire, a body of fire. A lake is just a body, right? A body of what? Usually a body of water. But this one's going to be a body of fire. All right? And like I said, just like Valley Hinnom, it's not going to, it's going to take a long time to go out by itself. Okay, it's not going to get put out by nobody. This is Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 40. It says, as God overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah, okay, how did he do that? With fire, yeah? And the neighbor cities thereof, saith the Lord, so shall no man abide there. No man's going to abide in America no more. How could you? It's going to be on fire, and then it's going to become a desert, right? So neither shall any son of man dwell therein. Behold, the people shall come forth from the north, and a great nation, and many kings shall be raised up from the coast of the earth, and they shall hold the bow and the lance. They are cruel and will not show mercy. Their voice shall roar like the sea, and they shall ride upon horses, every one put in array like a man in battle against the old daughter of Babylon, right? So this is the judgment that Babylon the Great is going to receive. Okay, which again is spiritually America, right? And they're bringing us closer to World War III. right? Russia is being raised up. These armies of the north and their allies, they're being raised up to come and fight this war. You know, they hold the lance and the bow. They got their fucking missiles, man. There's nuclear missiles. They got them, loads of them, and they're gonna use them to destroy the land of America, man, according to the will of the Heavenly Father. All right. So I wanted that I think. Let me read this same chapter, verse 13, right? It says, because of the wrath of the Lord, it shall not be inhabited. Okay, America, right? But it shall be wholly desolate. Everyone that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished and hiss at all her plagues. Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about. All ye that bend the bow, shoot at her. Spare no arrows, spare no missiles, right? For she hath sinned against the Lord. Oops. Let's see. Verse 24, so I laid a snare for thee, thou art also taken, O Babylon, thou was not aware. So Esau doesn't know he's setting himself up for a fall. He doesn't understand it. He thinks he's moving ever closer to his ambitions, man. That he's gonna, grow in strength and become the ultimate ruler over the earth. That's what he believes. But the Most High set a trap for him, right? So thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against the Lord. The Lord have opened his armory and have brought forth the weapons of his indignation. Okay, which is these nukes. He's had these nations develop nukes, man. Okay, destructive weapons that shouldn't really exist. But the Most High got you making them and built them for your own destruction, right? For this is the work of the Lord God Yahweh of hosts in the land of the Chaldeans. Come against her from the utmost border, open her storehouses, cast her up as heaps, and destroy her utterly. Let nothing of her be left. All right. Let's see. Well, I didn't read verse 39 here. Right? So therefore the wild beasts of the desert with the wild beasts of the island shall dwell there, and the owls shall dwell therein, and it shall be no more inhabited forever, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. All right, that's the future of America. Is Isaiah 47. For the sake of time, I'm not going to read all of this. So, as you can see, it's about the daughter of Babylon, Babylon the Great. Let's see. I'll start with verse 11, right? So therefore it shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee, thou shalt not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. Stand now with thine enchantments, right? Remember I mentioned King Manasseh and what he was doing in the Valley of Hinnom. He's getting into witchcraft and stuff. Same with America, man. Yeah, witchcraft and blood sacrifices and all that's going on in there, right? Idol worship. So stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast laboured from thy youth. If so be thou shalt be able to profit, if so be thou mayest prevail. Thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things which shall come upon thee. Behold, they shall be a stubble, the fire shall burn them, they shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. Right? Because it's coming. Right? And America's going to get set on fire. There shall not be a coal to warm at, nor fire to sit before it. Thus shall they be unto thee with whom thou hast laboured, even thy merchants from thy youth. They shall wander every one to his quarter, none shall save thee. All right. It's 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 10 says, the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Right, the earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up. Right. So again, these missiles that are going to cause these elements to melt with fervent heat. Right. And I say it's going to end up with America being destroyed and becoming a lake of fire. Because that's what these missiles are going to do to that place, man. All right. And like I said, that's then going to be spiritually Gehenna. You know, and people are going to be getting tossed in there, man, and into that unquenchable flame. This is where is that? It's like I should have jumped up. Verse 7 says, but the heavens and the earth, which are now by the same word, are kept in store, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and the perdition of ungodly men. Right? I just want to get that point out. All right. I mentioned another scripture earlier. Sacrifice. Bozrah. Isaiah 34 verse 4 says, all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved. Right? Again, these missiles are speaking about, like we read in Peter, 2 Peter, right? And the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down as a leaf falleth from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. These missiles, right? Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea. Okay, again, it's just a spiritual way of putting it. The land of America, because these men are, are the Edomites, man, that are ruling. And America is the crown on their in their kingdom, right? And the Most High is going to bring judgment against that place. Okay? It says, my soul shall be bathed in heaven, and behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, upon the people of my curse to judgment. The sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and the blood of lambs and the blood of goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For the Lord have a sacrifice in Bozrah and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. Okay, we've been reading all of that. Right? That's what America is going to become. That's why it spiritually represents Gehenna, the valley of Hinnom. Right? That's what that Hellfire is really speaking about. Okay, that future place of judgment. Okay, it's not talking about no spiritual region that people are going to find themselves in at the end. No, it's just the land of America, man. It says, and the unicorn shall come down with them, and the bullocks with the bulls, and their land shall be salt with blood, and their dust made fat with fatness. For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance, and the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion, for the things you've done unto his children. Right? All the wickedness that you've done unto them. The Lord is avenging his people, his children. Right? Beginning with the elect. Right? And the streams thereof shall be turned into pitch, and the dust thereof into brimstone, and the land thereof shall become burning pitch. It shall not be quenched night nor day. Right? Just like Gehenna, right? Smoke thereof shall go up forever, from generation to generation. It shall lie waste. None shall pass through it forever and ever. Okay, that is the future of America. No one going to live there no more, right? But the cormorant and the bittern shall possess it, the owl also, and the raven shall dwell in it, and he shall stretch out upon it the line of confusion and the stones of emptiness. Okay, meaning that you're not going to know where things once was. Right? It's not going to be distinguishable no more. No landmarks, no borders, no nothing. No welcome to signs, no nothing. No highway 99 or whatever the fuck. Like, you ain't going to know shit. Oh, was that the Grand Canyon? Can't tell. It's gone. It's going to be nothing like that you say, yeah, you can recognize that anymore. But that's pretty much it. That's what I'm going to bring out. I feel like the point's been made. So, I'm going to end it there. So, all this has been edifying. Hope that explains that. And, I'll catch you brothers and sisters on the next video. So, the next time I say shalom.